My name's Legendary Agwang. Are you down for more Dragon Ball? Well, let's get right into it. What's going on, guys? This is Legendary Agwang, and today we're going to be discussing our thoughts and things that we pretty much like and dislike about Dragon Ball Xenoverse, things that we possibly want to change about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and pretty much in their development. Hopefully they can see this footage and maybe we can get some of our thoughts actually to be implemented into the new game that they're going to be creating. So today I have with me
Heavenly Controller
and Mr. Popo.
Alright, so Mr. Popo, Mr. Popo, what are your hopes for this game? What are one of the things that you actually might want to have implemented into this game?
Well, as you guys can see, I'm a Majin character, but I'm a fat Majin. The original Majin was a skinny guy, right? I want to be able to make a skinny Majin character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much something that everyone really didn't like at the beginning. Everyone's pretty much hoping that the Majin would actually transform from the Fat Buu. Just figuring, maybe that makes sense. But then again, Majins never really had abilities to transform. That was more of an absorption thing, more so than transformation. So it's really a deal breaker when they left only the female Majins to be slim and the male Majins only had the option of being the fat Majin.
Yeah, that actually, it doesn't even make sense though, because they even said that Kid Buu, like, that was his original form. So the fat Majin Buu was just because he sucked up that fat Kai dude. So like, it's not even normal for Majin to look fat. So not only that's not even canon. So start off, but yeah, like who wants to walk around freaking Humpty Dumpty looking all fat and shit? Like,
yes, it doesn't even look cool. He looks like a fool. Like look at Mr. Popo. He looks ridiculous. So that's not really. It's not really.
I mean, like.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's really hard to
I don't have a problem with it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's really hard to take the character really seriously when you're just fighting a fat blob where everyone else is all buffed and doing all these kick-ass transformations.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, for me personally, I don't have a problem with there being like a fat version, but like the fact that they don't have a skinny version, the fact that it was so funny. I remember when they were showing the sizes and it was like the different sizes for the Majin characters were like fat, fatter, even more fatter, super size. Like, I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, even if you adjust the fatness size or whatever, they still all look the same. Like, it'd be one thing if they had like a fat option, a super fat option, a skinny, like Super Buu looking type, or even if they did make it as a transformation, that wouldn't bother me either. That you can't even have that, period. That's just what seems.
Yeah, it's really bad. I don't really have I do have a fat Majin character, but I only use it as a troll because they look so ridiculous. I just use them as a body switch character, level 1, and that's pretty much all the use that I ever had for them. Never really took him as a serious character. I do have a female Majin that I took serious, but as for the fat Majin, I was really disappointed. I wanted the kid Majin, but whatever.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to take those kind of characters seriously, though. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't see many Majin characters on Xenoverse.
I mean, I don't know.
Most people use like.
I don't know. A lot of people they do make a couple of
I would say
ridiculous ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but not a lot of serious
ones.
I mean, you hardly do see a lot of serious characters in begin with. Like, there's a lot of ridiculous characters walking around. But yeah. What about you, Heavenly Gamer? What are the things that you're looking forward to that you might want to actually happen?
Well, like I said before we started recording and stuff, like I didn't even really expect for them to make it a new universe, especially this soon, because it seems like they basically did all they wanted to do to the game. All they've really been doing as of right now, which is what I expect them to continue to do, was just to add DLC and expansions and stuff. But I mean, I can understand why. But what I'm thinking is what they're going to do, like how I was saying, is what I feel like they're not really going to change a lot. Like, they might build on some things and like address certain things, like how we were talking about before, about how the combat is really simplistic and people were complaining about that. I don't think they're going to necessarily totally rebuild the gameplay from the ground up. They might make modifications. Like, some things that I find kind of dumb is the fact that you have to equip and charge your ki. Like, I think that's something that is just, I never really understood that. Like, when I don't have that ability equipped, it just feels so awkward. Maybe they can do something to where that's an automatic, but yeah, that was just really weird to me that you had to equip an ability to charge your ki. And then if you're using basically the traditional methods where you're just using melee attacks to charge it up, it just felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel right. It felt weird. The fact that you could have the option, because like how we said, there are a lot of abilities that aren't really very useful. So when you just like take up a slot as charging key, it seems like you might as well just have it as a standard staple move than having the equipment ability for it. But that's just how I feel about that.
I mean,
the charging the key thing and stuff like that.
Me personally,
yeah, I want them to basically just own it.
Me personally, I kind of would have to disagree. I think it goes well, you know. You get the choices. Some people don't want to use the charge up ability. Honestly, like, how would you even charge up in the first place? I mean, maybe they could fit it in with the keybinds, sure, but honestly, I don't see it as a big deal breaker for me. I'm fine with it, you know.
Well,
it gives you the option to choose, you know, how. Like, you can choose from the low charge, the higher charge, the fast one, and you know, it's pretty cool to me. Honestly, I don't have a problem with it. Honestly, I think it's fine. It's not really something that.
What's a fast charge? So
it takes away
like
the human boost, right? Humans naturally charge their ki. That's the advantage of choosing that race. So if you take that advantage away, then you're just gonna have everyone picking a Saiyan because hey, they look like a human. And they have an advantage when you choose that race, whereas a human, all you have is an auto charge on ki. That's a natural thing with it, right? I would like to see keep that charge.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that.
I mean, I don't feel like it would be. I don't feel like it's unbalanced having to charge ki because it leaves you open for attacks, like it drops your guard, but you know, like so it's kind of that bait and switch, like you're sacrificing for the other or whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, like, but once again, if they don't, like, I don't feel like that's a game breaker. Like, I don't feel like adding that will make me like feel like, oh, that just totally changes the game or not. Now, like, it does bother me to a degree, but it's really a very minor degree. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much that you need to equip the ability to charge ki, but I just feel like that's one of those minor things that is just kind of weird that it was like that. Like, I've never played a game where you need an ability to charge like ki. That seems like such a basic function, but in terms of the simplistic combat and stuff like that. Like I actually made a whole video about this, how I don't really mind that the combat is simplistic because it kind of really matches with the game. Just the way that it works, that if you were to make it too fleshed out, I just feel like that's not really something that's capable. But I can't see them doing things like, I don't know, just changing some of the balancing of some of the abilities. Like how I mentioned before, like I don't know what other alternatives they can do for it. Like I don't really know, like I can't think of anything myself. But the fact that you like lose all your stamina once Super Saiyan wears off, that just seems kind of weird to me. But I mean, you know, but then at the end of the day, like there are plenty of things that I have like quips with, but like they're all kind of at the end of the day, they all balance out. Like I don't know what the complaints have been. I don't personally have any like major complaints in terms of the combat. I think it's pretty sound. My main thing is just like I was saying, is just the connection, like the online connection, like the combat for the most part.
Which is the reason you're not here right now.
And when you're talking about the Super Saiyan transformation, the reason you lose that stamina is because you can spam Ki Blast until the sun goes down, basically.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, so I guess, but the thing is that doesn't drain your. Like it'd be one thing if like your stamina is decreasing as it goes away, and then your stamina takes a while to recharge. But so not only are you out of stamina, and your ki drops too, so now you're literally just totally defenseless. But once again, like I said though, even though it is equipment mine, I still see like the bonus from that, because like you said, you can just spam all your abilities. So the fact that you become extremely vulnerable afterwards, it kind of makes it kind of balanced. But so you know, there's pros and cons, but there's a difference for every complaint, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, and you're totally right on that.
For me, one of the bigger things for me that I feel like is an absolute must. I think that we should actually like the Saiyans. I think that the Saiyans should have the option to choose a tail through character creation at least, or have it mandatory where you don't have to choose a costume that has a lifeless tail. You have a real tail with full animation, and it's pretty much outfitted to work with any costume. You know, that's the whole purpose of being a real Saiyan. Everyone's walking around pretty much like half-breeds, like, you know, Goten or something like that. You know, it doesn't make you really feel like a Saiyan. You know, why do you have to wear Saiyan armor with some cheap tail that wraps around your waist? You know, it just doesn't really appeal to me, you know. And Ultimate Tenkaichi, they did it.
It drives me nuts though, because then you see humans wearing the Saiyan armor, and they have the freaking tail around their waist. And then you'll think for a second, oh, they're Saiyan. Well,
yeah,
they're
that's
not.
ridiculous.
Get rid of the tail off the armors. That's just
Yeah, well, you know what I think that you could use as a good, what I think you could use as a good kind of like estimation as to what like the game should already have is like a lot of the stuff people want in the game isn't already in the game. The fact that like this baffled me, in fact, when I first realized this, you didn't change the color of any piece of clothing in the game. That there were certain things that they came to where, yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Like, I hate when they do that crap. Stuff for the sake of limiting. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to change the color of every piece of clothing. So yeah, that's the thing too. Like this didn't compute for me. Like that didn't even make sense.
Yeah, well, another thing I thought of was maybe adding letter character designs on the clothing. Like Goku has like the thing on his back for like turtle, hermit, and whatnot. Maybe we can have our own symbol that we can put on.
I don't know about that. You know, it's because I don't know. It's just I don't really know about that. I don't think that's.
But like
such
that's what
a big
like.
thing.
I don't know if that's what you're talking about to where like that seems like a long shot, but like basically what I'm saying is that we should be able to change, like this is really a really simple thing that they should do. So we should be able to change the colors of everything. Like that's something that's realistic. I can actually see them doing.
The colors
is
something that I agree with. That's actually what I wrote down in the essay, you know, like when it was like one of the things that I strongly dislike or disagree with is the non-ability to change iconic costumes. You know, people want to feel unique.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be able to have your character look different from the other characters. So giving us the ability to change the colors, you know, which will be a fairly easy thing. You know, even modders have been able to do that themselves, you know, which is pretty simple. You know, they should give us that ability too. And then that way we can actually truly have a more diverse feel of the game, you know, and creating our own character, you know?
Yeah, especially like okay. No, I was gonna say is that like I feel like with like the Dragon Ball Z franchise nowadays, like they can create like the new story mode or whatever, but like I don't really even like I finished the main campaign, but I didn't do any of the DLC stories or anything like that because I'm just not really invested in that. Like the whole thing that the draw of this game for me was characterization. So that's where they should be putting all their chips in. Like they should be just making it as fleshed out as possible, which it is pretty fleshed out to begin with. So what I feel like if they're going to make another game is what they should build on is they should build on the customization to where, like how you said, you want to look unique. I feel like when you have a successful customization is where you can make it to where you can make your character look like literally no one else. Like it is obviously replicatable, but to where you can make your character look like very distinguishable to where you won't see anyone else around that can look exactly like your character.
Yeah.
Which means, you know, there should be like limitless amounts of color variations and things like that. And yeah, like you said, it's a really simple thing, and making color variations is one of the simplest things they can do. It's where if I can make any piece of clothing in a own color, that literally like quadruples, like if even more, the amount of possibilities as making your character look more unique by having you change the colors of that many more pieces of clothing and then mix and matching those clothes and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, another thing for me is we were talking about before this we were talking about having the ability to when we transform, we get to choose what our presets will change to. Like we'll have the ability to have our presets change due to our transformation. It can be the same thing, or you can have an actual new skill set and preset for your Super Saiyan or whatever types of transformation that they have in the game. You know, that'd be a pretty neat trick, you know? So, you know, that could be a potential thing to, instead of allowing us to spam out our moves, we have the ability to transform and de-transform, and we get a little boost, a little power boost like the unlock potential, but also we get to change our skill set. And the thing that would pretty much separate that from everyone's unlock potential transformation is that we get the boost and all they get is pretty much, well, we get the boost and we change our skills, and all they would pretty much get is the boost. They wouldn't be able to get the actual skill change, you know, and that would be something that only the Saiyans get. That could be a cool change up, you know, who knows. I think that it'd be a pretty cool thing, you know, who knows, they could even just combine it all together, who knows. But that's something that I think would be really cool, you know, even if you have like an Arcosian or whatnot, and they allow us to transform with Arcosians and get an actual completely new form that we customize beforehand. That would be a really cool thing, you know, instead of like, it'd pretty much be like your character starts off in their perfect form and they have the option to go into their golden Frieza form, which will probably have a different name, of course, and you get to customize it and you can transform and have a completely different preset as well, or some other type of advantage or benefit. You know, there's many ways that it can go about that. I think that would be an actual cool thing, you know, where you stay into your transformation form and you have the ability to de-transform.
Yeah, and I like that too, because then you can make yourself a more different style of a fighter. You can have like a melee form on your base form, and then when you do a transformation, then you can go completely key spamming or whatever. It'll be nice, so then it makes it more dynamic in the battles and stuff.
Yeah. I honestly wouldn't mind being Super Saiyan forever, like, and I just have a new skill set. You know, that'll be pretty cool, and honestly that would stop a lot of the whiners about the whole spamming. You know, you'll get your Super Saiyan boost and your skills change, and it'll just be good. You know, everything will be fine, and you know, people really shouldn't be able to complain about that. Of course, they'll find a way, but I think that'd be a really cool trade-off.
Oh yeah, I'd love that idea.
Yeah, I don't really. Well, I was gonna say is like I don't really think that I can see them doing that specifically, like changing it to where your moveset changes when you transform. But I mean, but when you guys saying that, actually gave me some like ideas and some stuff I can see happening. Is that they can make it to where the transformations are more personalized in the sense that, like, so just so I can reference other games examples, like I remember back in like Tenkaichi, for example, what I think would balance out the transformations for the Saiyans and stuff, because I was saying, you know, you could just transform and then just spam on like your moves and stuff. If they can make it to where it was a separate dodge, like a separate like bar, like, you know, you have your energy bar, your stamina bar, where it's like a different bar that increases on its own, kind of like if you play Naruto, like the substitutions, like they recharge on their own, and then once it gets to a certain number, then you can transform. So it's not something you can just literally charge a gift and then just reactivate like over and over again. And then also, you think like personalize your character, like actually in game to be a lot more. What?
I see a problem with that because not Grace has a transformation.
I don't know. I don't really like the whole thing that you have to earn your transformation. I like to be able to be in control and transform whenever I feel like it, you know? Because what if you beat the person up half to death just to get that transformation bar, and, you know, you won't really be able to get to use it, you know? Like, the fun is all over before you can get started.
I don't mean, like, earn your transformation, like, okay, no, I'm thinking of it like this. Like, okay, so, like
how you earn your ultimate in Naruto,
you
right?
Transform.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Wait,
yeah,
say what?
If you, maybe you have
what I'm saying is like, you can start out and you can transform like at the very beginning, right? And then after your transformation wears off, let's say you don't lose your stamina, but you can't just
you can't go back. There's a cooldown, right? A cooldown.
Like it still wears off like it used to. But it's not like you have to earn it, so to speak, as much as the cooldown period. Instead of deducting your stamina, just make it to where you have to wait until you can use it again.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if we're not gonna have the spamming ability, that, like I said, that'd be a pretty cool trade-off. I wouldn't mind that at all. You know, I honestly hate the fact that I have the little time limit with Super Saiyan. You know, so I wouldn't mind that. That would be a really cool idea. I would actually really like that.
Well, the thing is, though, like some of your fights, it might only last like a minute, 2 minutes though, so you'll last the whole fight with that.
Yeah.
But
I was just about to say something about that. Like, I feel like let me say real quick. I feel like they need to extend the fighting. Like, I feel like the battles are so damn short.
Yes.
To where literally the battle can end in like a matter of seconds. To where they can add like several like layers of life bars, and then extend the time limit to where literally they don't even expect the match to last very long. When the time limit is set.
Allow us to do infinite. Yes. Allow us to do infinite. Like, have the option. You know, don't just make it mandatory for time or timeless. You know, because there'll be people that will run the entire time. You know, there's always gonna be some type of troll or whatnot. You know, so there'll be people that'll hit you and then run for the time. There'll be people that just run away until you quit type of thing. There's many things that can go wrong with that. So having the option, the host having the option to choose if it's going to be infinite or a certain amount of time, that would be a really cool thing. And it's not hard, you know. I don't think it'd be game breaking at all. If anything, it really helps. If they're not going to do that, at least extend it a couple more minutes, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Maybe put like 15 minutes.
That's a technical thing.
I wouldn't say 15 minutes. That's a bit far-fetched. How much is it right now? Like 3 minutes?
Okay,
like
bump it up.
It should be like 10 minutes.
Up to 5.
Like
the 10 minutes is a bit much.
No, the time limit.
I mean, if it's 3 minutes,
be like, you know,
if it's 3 minutes,
like, it shouldn't be like close to the end of the match, you know.
If it's 3 minutes, I'd say 5, because like think if you're in Endless and you have 5 other people or for the people waiting to get into the match. You know, it's gonna kind of take a pill away from playing online and endless. You know, no one's really gonna want to do that because they have to wait forever to get to play, and they have a long line of other people. It's pretty much they're gonna have to wait like a half an hour or more.
So I can agree that point. But like you said, you should be able to adjust.
Yeah. Like or maybe like have the time limit the same, like 3 minutes.
Because the time limit is.
If maybe just have the time limit there, but if you have the person in like red, like where they're almost gonna die, then maybe the time limit will freeze until they can either throw an item in.
That doesn't.
It's just an idea.
That would be so many complaints about that.
Yeah, I could see some headaches with that too. I just thought of it right on the spot, so.
There's another thing that really just sticks out, and I think everybody wants this. When you go Super Saiyan, your hair should spike up. You know?
Yes.
You need a new, like they really did a cheap thing with that. You know, it's really cheap. They give us this little yellow recolor of whatever hair we have. It's kind of the same thing like what they did with Ultimate Tenkaichi, where they just gave us a recolor skin. They didn't bother to give us new hairstyles. You know, that's one thing I was kind of hoping for. I was like, man, I'm gonna really get like a Super Saiyan hairstyle, and you feel like a Super Saiyan once you have your hair spiked up and everything. You know, it shouldn't be too hard.
Right now, man,
and
I
then
haven't
once
even
again,
got I don't even got a character right now that's a Saiyan because
once again, just like how.
Huh?
Go for it.
But like just how like I was saying though, you know how I was saying with the recolor thing, like the fact that it was able to be modded into the game. There were people modding that, and the fact that the hair color, I mean the hairstyle exists. Like they can make you. How come when you turn into from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 3, your hair grows and stuff like with Goku or something like that? But they can't make it to where they just have a Super Saiyan, like a universal Super Saiyan hairstyle that, like, let's just say when you turn Super Saiyan, your hair goes from your regular Super Saiyan hair to Goku's Super Saiyan hairstyle, or make it to where Super Vegeta, it's Vegeta's Super Saiyan hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Like they should make it to where your hairstyle changes when you turn Super Saiyan into a like more flared out hairstyle. You know?
I mean, honestly, I don't know about having Goku hairstyle for my long hair.
Yeah,
I don't know. That kind of make me not want to go. You know, that might be worse.
Well, with your character with the long hair, I feel like when you turn Super Saiyan, maybe have it to where like the bangs stick up in the air.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Give me some.
Obviously,
they already had that done. Like before this game, there was Dragon Ball Online, and I played the Taiwan version, and they actually had that where the hair actually spiked up and changed.
Think of it like this. Think of it like this. They're gonna this game is pretty much like, think of it like how Storm is. They use the same engine. All they have to do is add on to it. It's not like they have to start all over. They can add these things on. We're thinking about features that are going to be additions to what we see now, pretty much. You know, they can. You know, of course they have a lot of hairstyles, and they have to make a new form for all of those. But they can do that. They have enough time to do that. They're not doing all of this from the bottom again. You know, they're gonna, give us some story mode from Dragon Ball Super and all of that. We're gonna get the Super Mirror, Return of Mirror, and all that stuff. You know, that's pretty much what they did when when we beat Mirror or whatnot. They pretty much showed that he's alive, so they can create this other game in case it was successful. You know, so giving us this hair, there should be no excuse why we do not have a real Super Saiyan spike up hair. You know, there should be no excuse. You know, like it's really simple. You know, especially if you're gonna limit us with these hairstyles. Of course, we have a decent average amount of hairstyles. You know, they could give us more, but we should be able to have some real hairstyles. Come on, you know, that's gonna really make the game for Saiyans. You know, it's all about Super Saiyans. I mean, to be honest, you know, so why not actually put some detail and quality into these character creations? You know, that's why everybody really bought this game.
Oh yeah, it's all about the customized character creation.
No, what I was gonna say is, like you said, how it's all about the Saiyans. That's another thing too that I feel is kind of weird. They should have a transformation for every single character type. The fact that they only have transformations for the Saiyans, and then is there a transformation for any other type? I can't think.
No,
yeah, I think it's just,
they do. They have a universal one, which is unlock potential.
Yeah, well, like unlock potential or Kaioken or something. But like the fact that Super Saiyan is exclusive to their character, like they should have it to where like how you say like Gold Frieza, like they should make it to where there's a transformed Frieza form, a Super Namekian form. It doesn't even have to change the way they look. It can just boost their stats, but just so that there is an exclusive transformation for that character that gives you exclusive boost stats. Like that's something I feel like should be necessary. Like so everyone doesn't just have a Saiyan so they can turn Super Saiyan. Like there should be something about the other races that makes them worth using.
I mean, they do have their individual advantages. Saiyans don't really have anything that they're really good at besides the ability to transform. You know, they're not good at using ki blasts. That's like the humans, I believe.
Yeah, humans are all over that.
So they have their advantages. So I think that's where the Super Saiyan comes into place in the balancing issue. This is all we got. We take advantage of being a Super Saiyan and pretty much be the weakest out of all the others as far as any other thing. Everyone else dominates in the other fields of the attributes. You know, I think Saiyans are pretty much
maybe
true.
Balanced. Super Saiyan, the Saiyans basically can't do anything.
Pretty much, you know, every other thing beats them in other things.
Like Namekians heal when they're getting their health low, and humans auto charge ki. Frieza race.
Oh, they do?
Frieza race good at
See, I haven't
at balance.
I
mean, they're good at.
I only really use the same type. I haven't even used a lot of other things.
Oh, well, you gotta give that a try then.
Yeah, Frieza race pretty much. That I think they're the best with the Kaioken.
Like to minor degrees, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, talking about races, I was thinking maybe getting a demon race like what Mira has. Or maybe an android race.
I don't know. I think that might be a little far-fetched because we already got a lot of races.
Yeah.
You know, because they really have to add.
But then you'd have all these races that kind of look the same.
The whole demon race might not. The whole demon race might not be popular since it hasn't really been in the Dragon Ball series. You know, so they. I couldn't see that really happening. You know, but I don't know. I think they should work on races that they have.
I feel like it doesn't matter how popular the race is. They should have a lot of races.
There's one thing that I did think about before in this, an actual fusion mechanic. This is something that is one of the really far-fetched things that probably will never happen. But if it, in a perfect world where it did happen, I could see it happening where you're on a team of 2 and both of you guys have fusion. You get next to each other and you know, you use the fusion option, the skill, the ultimate, and it allows you guys to if you're next to a person who's also doing it and ready, it does a fusion motion, and anyone can stop you with it in between that time, and you do their fusion. And how it'll work is, you know, one person controls it, and you have the ability to tag the other person into controlling the body as well. You know, I mean, it's a crazy idea. It's not. It's most likely not going to happen. But it's just. I think it's.
I don't want to shoot you down really hard, but
attack it's like a single motion or something like.
It'll be the person.
Like they can use some type of team attack system.
I mean, because
who's gonna get control of your character? You can't.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it'll pretty much have they'd have the ability to swap out controllers. Because obviously it won't work. I mean, that's why I don't see it actually happening, because you know it's a lot of crazy details that would go into that. But I think it'll.
They need to worry about getting their online to work before adding new features. Shit. At least I don't know. Like once again, I don't have it on console, so you might be perfectly slick on that. But I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah, I mean that's something they're gonna do regardless. But as far as like features, that's something it could. I don't know. Probably not gonna work. It seems a bit crazy, but it's just something to throw out.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but it's just going to be tricky to actually get the mechanics to work behind it. One thing I would like to see fixed, it's just a little thing, the chat.
Yeah, I don't like this. No, I don't like this kindergarten chat. I do not like this kindergarten chat thing where you have to choose a phrase.
Basically, it is a kindergarten chat.
Yeah, it is. Like,
I want to do it. I want to do it. Like, oh my god.
I want to curse. Come on.
I want to do it. No, this is like one of the phrases. I want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's so ridiculous.
We should be allowed to type stuff in the chat.
I mean,
if they want,
yeah,
we should put a parental thing on it.
If you're on consoles, you can just move your pad and click on the letters and stuff.
I mean, I don't know. I understand why it's like this because they want to keep the game clean of profanity. They don't want a nasty chat system because you know how people can get. It can get pretty hectic. Make people not want to play anymore. People who can't deal with trolls,
with slurs,
with trolls and everything. Like if you have that type of freedom, it can get pretty hectic. You already know how online gets.
Well, a super simple thing would be being able to turn the chat off. I would love to see that.
Yeah, but you see how
nuts.
well that works in like MMOs or other things. People will still go complain and not use their block button.
Yeah, but
I get it. I mean, I don't really use it anyways. Since they got mic on. I was gonna have a big problem with it.
Like online isn't subject to the same ESRB rating.
Yeah, I was gonna have an issue with it if we couldn't chat. I was really gonna hate this game because I really want to communicate the way I want to, but
yeah,
they added the chat, so it's pretty much optional. And I don't mind it. I'm cool with it.
I just sometimes online people just spam. I want to battle at battle reception or whatever.
Yes.
It just drives me nuts. I would
Yes.
like just something to turn it off because that stupid little chat blurb just drives me crazy at times.
And then you never know who you're talking to when they do that stuff. It's like it's just this ambiguous message that goes out into space and shit. So
maybe they can also add how do you say this? Maybe they could add like like how we have the stages. Maybe they can combine all of that, and we're allowed to actually fly around in some type of open world. Again, that would be a far.
Oh yeah, well yeah, definitely flying too. I don't want that like jog bullshit either.
I think that would be like a far out ideal because that'd pretty much be creating an MMO. If you had the ability to have an open world where, for instance, you can fly around the city maps and you might see like certain characters there where you can go and get your mission and it pretty much takes you to an instance, that sort of thing. I can see that working.
I don't need it to be this grand thing. Like I just want to be able to fly. Like there should be a tour like you got people to where they're like up in the sky talking and flying around. To where it's not like it's just like you're just jogging around.
But I am tired of Toki Toki City.
Everyone can fly.
I'm so tired of Toki Toki City.
Yeah, like how it is in the regular arena during missions. You could just fly around. If you want to talk to a time patroller, you just fly over to him and you click on the button. They could be able to do that in the the open world area too.
Maybe
well, you could see the islands in Toki Toki City in the background. Maybe allow us just to fly to those islands, so then we have more.
That could work. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, maybe those islands could be cities themselves. You can go and actually go find missions and different people there. Who knows? That could work. They're already modeled, I guess.
Well, they already did an MMO version with the old deceased Dragon Ball Online. It'll be a lot more work to do it obviously with this game because the graphics are way better, but who knows?
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that because it's really it'll be a long project, not something that they probably will be able to get done by next year. So I mean, because they got to work on the story, new animations, and all of that. So I don't know, maybe that we can X that ideal out because it probably won't even happen.
Oh. Another thing I would like is the clothes giving system, like the time delivery. Maybe there's a lot of stuff that you cannot really give to your friends and stuff online. I know this is really small, but I have a buddy that just got the game and he wanted Vegeto's clothes. I couldn't give it to him, even though he has all the DLC packs and whatnot. Just because he didn't unlock the mission, he can't get those clothes until he gets to that area of the missions in the patrol and stuff.
You see, the thing with that, the reason they have it like that is because they want players to actually put in hours into the game. If you can just give everyone everything, they're not really going to do the story modes, and it'll pretty much break down because everyone's going to pretty much have everything, and no one's really going to be doing online matches because they already have everything from their friends. All they got to do is say, hey, can you send me this, because you're high level, can you just go get that? No, they have it in a way where you actually have to earn it pretty much, so they don't want people to abuse those things.
Mission until it comes up every 100th time.
Yeah, the drops gotta be.
Maybe the drops. Yeah, the drops.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's more frequent.
If you do the quest perfectly, you get what the hell you're looking for. You know,
Yes.
oh my god.
Yeah, like
I
you get like
that
an
is
S.
so
If
bad.
I get like an S rank and I achieve all the things and then I get I get nothing. Like, that's bullshit.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know how long it took me to
There
get
should be like,
Goku's
be, like
Halo?
by tier, you know?
Like, they really need.
Yeah, it should be by tier. Like it should be like your reward is depend. Like it shouldn't be like to where you're guaranteed the item, but they should make it to where if you get a high ranking, that it should drastically increase your probabilities. To where when I would do the parallel quest, if I could, there's been time where I could do shitty on the quest and still get the item I'm looking for because the actual like how good you do in the mission and the probabilities weren't even linked together.
Yeah, I know. It's just silly though how they had that going.
Yeah,
Like,
they could.
a
Fix
lot
that
of a lot of missions I got like the Z rank, right? And I was looking for just one skill. Like I wanted Crush a Volcano because it's a neat looking skill, even though it sucks in player versus player. And I just wanted it because I was making a Jace character, and I still don't got it. I played that mission for that friggin' skill well over 30 times, and I've gotten like S in a Z rank score, and I still haven't got it. It just drives me how I can't get it.
Yeah.
And I follow the YouTube videos that like Rhyme Style puts up and whatnot, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can also get some. I don't know. This might be a little bit too much for Saiyans. You know, maybe they don't want to give too much to the Saiyans. But maybe Super Saiyan God mode. You know, since we're going into the Super era, maybe they can give us Super Saiyan God.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. No, I actually that doesn't sound very far fetched. I actually really think
No.
they should do that.
Well, the only thing is, you already got a Super Saiyan transformation, right? And people are already complaining because no one else has transformations. Maybe a God Essence form that all races can have, and then just have the Super
Yeah.
Saiyan God for the Saiyans.
I don't know. That'd
Because,
be
like-
that'd be really weird because it might not even be in the story. That's why they have the whole unlock
Yeah.
potential thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they also, like, you're talking about transformations. This is really far-fetched, though, so feel free to bash it. But, Piccolo was able to transform into a tall Namekian in the old Dragon Ball story. He fought Goku, and he grew to this really tall Namekian.
Far fetched as hell.
Yeah, but
Dragon Ball.
yeah, I don't know. Don't
Dragon
get-
Ball characters aren't even in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking on that, what if? I mean, this is another far fetched because it makes Saiyans 2 OP, even though it'd make it a lot more fun. We have the ability to use this as a skill or maybe an ultimate where we can use the little light star thing, whatever they call those, the fluctuates thing, and it allows Saiyans to go into 8 mode. That's pretty much slower but more powerful. Who knows? I mean, that's like I said, that's not gonna happen, but it's just a
No,
cool
it's not.
idea.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they basically just threw out the window like giant characters, like. But that's another thing that I feel like games are lacking. Like they haven't brought that back since the Tenkaichi series, where they had to where you just had this big ass hulking monster.
That
just
used to be
raging
so
around.
awesome
Yeah.
when you can transform into
You
an
know
8.
what? They should bring that back, though. Like, even if you can't do it on player versus player, like, have it for, like, the side missions where you're trying to burn to get skills and whatnot. It'd be kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they just had like a mission where it was like a what's the word? It was like a scripted event where you transform into the
Saiyans
great and you
can
could just
do
play
this.
as it for certain missions or something.
Maybe in the story
Yeah.
mode. Maybe in the story mode
Yeah,
where
just the story mode.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, yeah, that's far fetched because remember, there's a bunch of other races that would
Well,
have to
you can
have
have the
something.
Namekians go.
I mean,
Great
we can't keep using this argument of, it has to be balanced because it's not balanced in the series. Like the series is about Saiyans.
But they
so
care
everything
about
gets
they
here.
care about their customers, you know, because they don't want everybody to choose the Saiyans. It's gonna be like, why are we working hard on these other races if
But I mean,
everybody's gonna
everyone
choose Saiyans?
chooses the Saiyans anyways.
Not
That should be
really.
ideal.
Everybody's using the female human.
Yeah, well, you know what,
Yeah.
though? Saiyans are going to be always the popular race to pick, no matter what you're going to say. And it's just the way it is. Like, the show is about Saiyans, so you're going to have a Saiyan character. I'm just one of the few people that actually doesn't have a Saiyan character. But I'm probably like 1 in a million
if they
or
want to make it extra
100,000.
talented.
My favorite is pretty much the Arcosian and the Saiyan, because Arcosians are badass with basic combo attacks. You know, they go their Kaioken form. That's pretty much their transformation. You know, they're the best with the whole stamina
But
game. You know,
they can shut up as it goes. They can just make shit up that's not canon or something if they want to make it balanced.
You say what's not canon?
No, he just said you can make shit up that's not canon for the game, for the sake of the game, to keep it balanced. I don't like that just because I'm a hardcore fan of the show and whatnot, but that'll just be the hardcore fans versus the other guys that bought a game to have a fighting game and a customization game.
In a way, you can argue that none of this stuff is canon, since none of these moves or techniques that they're creating existed anyways, that they're making for the game. Like all these different Saiyan races, like they're already.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They can argue that.
I mean, but moves are kind of a moves are kind of a different story, though. You know, like those. I mean,
well, I'm not talking about just moves. Like even the characters, like how we talk about how the Majin Buu characters aren't even canon. Like the fact that a fat Majin Buu never really existed.
Yeah.
Majin Buu's only fat because he absorbed one of the fat guys. So that's already
maybe
the
give Majin Buu the ability to absorb. I mean, I don't. That would be again. Yeah, I don't even know. That's far-fetched because you would have to have like, you know, I mean, unless maybe,
spit them out.
Maybe they could make it work where it generates whatever the person you absorbs costume you gain. Yeah, it could work. You gain their costume as appearance, maybe
like a body change type thing.
Yeah, pretty much how it will work.
You get their clothes.
You get their clothes and you get their body size
and their boobs.
Yeah.
Their clothes and their techniques.
Yeah, you might get like one of their techniques or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool thing. That would be really cool.
Maybe a little bit of a healing thing with it too.
It'd be like Kirby, you know?
Yeah. Well, they might run into some copyright issues with that, maybe.
I mean, no, it's all a part of Majin Buu's technique. That's the whole big thing with Majin Buu. He absorbs. You know,
yeah.
So having him to be able to absorb different races and gain some, like maybe an ability, maybe just an ability. They probably don't even have to go the whole appearance change. You gain one of their abilities or their posture, their size a little bit. You know,
that can be. Yeah, I just thought of something here. You use that move once, and you get their clothes and whatnot, and then you get one ultimate that replaces that move.
Yeah, and to think about it, what was it? Yeah, Buu, like it'll be easy to just give you their body.
Yeah. Replace the absorbability with the ultimate. You're stealing their ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could work.
They had something similar to that with Captain Ginyu.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, this would work. Yeah.
It's already there. So.
Yeah, and then he became that.
Yeah, the clothes are already there. All you have to do is just give them the ultimate or something. And you'd be good to go. You know, they take some damage, of course. And here's the problem: if you're gonna absorb them, you want to be able to fight them because you already absorbed them.
Well, yeah.
Absorb them and spit them out like Kirby.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like once again, though, that happened in the anime too. Like even though all the people left Majin Buu, he still retained his base form. Like he's still able to do that.
Well. Yeah. One thing I want is the Kid Buu thing. They need to bring that in. We're done with the fat. I mean, they don't have to get rid of it completely. You know, just give us the option to choose what size we want. We don't want that fat shit. You know, like I'm tired of it. I want a Kid Buu. I want to create my own Kid Buu. You know, because he would have been one of my favorite characters type things. You know, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what they're gonna do. I'm thinking that they're gonna listen to a lot of the opinions from the surveys. As a matter of fact, what did you guys write in the surveys? Did you do the survey?
No, I never even heard about a survey.
Oh man, it's been everywhere. I did it, and I pretty much wrote my thoughts, even though they're probably not gonna read it. They're probably only gonna go by the statistics and everything of what the votes turn out to be, and not watch the personal messages. Who knows? But hopefully we get some of these things that we're talking about, or you know, at least make some significant difference, so we can actually get a great game. At this moment, you know, I think that we're pretty much running up on time, so I'm just gonna close it out. Thank you guys for joining me, Heavenly Controller, Mr. Popo, and if any of you guys watching this made it to the end, let me know what your thoughts are, what you want from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I'll see you in the comments below. Peace. Let's use Assault Rain. This just looks so sick. It looks so fitting, like this crazy kid. You know, Gohan has always seemed like he had this little bit of evil in him when he gets angry. So it just seems so fitting. I'm surprised that they didn't already have an atrocious Gohan mod. I mean, an atrocious Gohan in the game, like a real one.